Well, here comes the final lap, and Jeff Burton is making the move to the inside, and he's got help from Mark Martin. Here they come to the line. The white flag is in the air, and Burton leads the next to last lap.
Now Tony Stewart has jumped over the outside with Earnhardt and Earnhardt Jr. 5 cars.
5 cars in the battle to the checkered flag for the win here at Daytona. Earnhardt gets the advantage up high off the second corner. Tony Stewart helping Dale Earnhardt up in that high line, and Earnhardt once again takes the lead down the backstretch and into turn 3. Tony Stewart and Jeff Burton running second and third. Are they going to be able to catch him? They come off of corner number 4. It would appear as if here comes Stewart taking a look to the inside, but no! Dale Earnhardt wins the opener of the True Value IROC Series for 2000, beating Tony Stewart, Jeff Burton, Mark Martin, and Dale Earnhardt Jr. Here comes the group down to the white flag. One more lap to go, and they begin to make moves now. And Earnhardt may be getting hung out on the bottom of the racetrack. 1 lap to go with Labonte still in the lead, but now Mark Martin is second.
That is unbelievable. Unbelievable that Earnhardt was not the guy that Martin abandoned Earnhardt and went to the outside.
They get spread out just a little bit as they go down the backstretch, but Dale Earnhardt will have some drafting help from Jeff Burton. Now he decides to go to the middle of the racetrack. And some contact between Burton and Greg Ray. Here they come off the 4th corner. Well, let's see what happens. Earnhardt is back there in the 4th position. They come down through the tri-oval, and Bobby Labonte is looking at the checkered flag. Is he going to make it? Yes, Bobby Labonte wins number 2 in the 24th year of the series.
Dale Jarrett makes it 3 wide. Martin in the middle, Bobby Labonte up high. Final lap of IROC Round 3, the True Value International Race of Champions a year ago. It was a 3-wide finish. Cheever has the advantage, 7 car lengths over Tony Stewart in second spot. Dale Earnhardt Sr. in third. And they are side by side for 4th spot.
It's Mark Martin, Bobby Labonte, second and third in the point standings, trying to figure out who will be the closest to Earnhardt come the brickyard time. Martin hangs on the bottom of the racetrack, gets a run off the corner. Here comes Jerry for that spot, but down to the line.
To the wire, and Eddie Cheever will become the 36th different winner in International Race of Champions history. Tony Stewart finishes second for the second time in 3 events in International Race of Champions competition, and it is Cheever who takes the win. Stewart, Earnhardt, Martin, and Dale Jarrett in the top 5.
There's the white flag for Mark. 1 more lap to go. Let's see if Tony Stewart can spoil the party for Dale Earnhardt. Down into turn number 1. Earnhardt holds off the challenge. He's got a couple of car lengths between him.
And down the backstretch, Dale Earnhardt in the dark blue car will probably drive with a mirror, trying to block Tony Stewart as much as he looks forward. He moves down to the inside, tries to break that draft, goes back up. And Tony Stewart just can't gain anything down the backstretch.
Interval remains about the same, about a car length and a half or so. They come through the 3rd corner for the final time. Over onto the short chute at the north end of the racetrack.
See, Jeff Gordon's been able to get by Rusty Wallace.
And they race to the checkered flag. Mark Martin wins the IROC race here at the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And as they hit the stripe, Dale Earnhardt is going to win the title for 2000. It's his 4th IROC title. That ties him with Mark Martin for most IROC championships. Congratulations to Dale Earnhardt, the champion, and Mark Martin, who started back in the last row with Earnhardt and came on to win here this afternoon.
I think Eddie is decided he's going to win this race one way or the other.
They're coming down for the white flag. Some contact between Bobby Labonte in violet and Kenny Breck in the yellow car.
Look at Eddie's car sliding around.
Oh, they are bumping, they're sliding.
Whoa,
there.
whoa. Kenny and Dale Jarrett. Come on, Kenny. Oh. Wow, man.
This looks like a Saturday night short track race.
This is great.
Sure is.
Up front, Rudd and Cheever are side by side as they head down the backstretch for the final time. They're still trading paint on those Pontiac Trans Am Firebirds, and Cheever suddenly darts to the inside, and that opens up the hole for Dale Jarrett, who go up and battle to the inside of Rudd. And now Breck comes up and bumps Jarrett in the back end. 5 cars go at it here for the win in round number 1 of the True Value IROC 25. Down off corner number 4. Rudd and Jarrett touch. They head for the line. Who's it going to be? Jarrett with the inside line, and Dale Jarrett wins by just a matter of a foot or so.
Wow, we have 3 cars side by side coming across for fight for 3rd place.
And Bobby Labonte takes the lead as they come down.
Oh, Kenny.
The white flag.
He has the draft there. Moves into 2nd place.
Labonte's looking back saying, stay next to each other, guys. But
he dragged Scott Goodyear up to 3rd. Come on, guys. I tell you, they've got a good position here.
Bobby Labonte won this race last year. Can he do it again?
Got
Brett behind him.
3 open wheel guys there in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, guys.
Look how low.
Some dicing going on here. Bumping.
Buddy Lazier out of control momentarily. Well, here they come through the 3rd and 4th turns on the last lap of the 2nd round of the True Value IROC 25 series. Up front, it's Bobby Labonte. Kenny Breck running 2nd. Then it's Buddy Lazier. They come onto the tri-oval for the final time and pass by the main grandstand as the fans are cheering. And they race to the line, and it's going to be Bobby Labonte winning 2 years in a row at Talladega.
That was an exciting last lap.
Tony Stewart, the leader. Usher Jr. running 2nd. Kenny Breck is pulled away in 3rd. And these are the guys battling side by side for 4th. Cheever Jr. and Bobby Labonte.
And that little slip a few laps ago didn't seem to scare or slow Eddie down. He's still on the bottom side of Labonte trying to make the pass.
And digging down there, as we always call it, you stay low, you dig and dig and dig. And obviously he's just now got past Labonte, and he's obviously just going to set his sights on Breck, who's just in front of him. And with only 2 laps to go going on the final lap, time is going to run out.
Well, white flag is waving for Tony Stewart. He is just less than 2 miles away from his first IROC Series win. Stewart, the leader. Unser Jr. subbing for Scott Goodyear. In 2nd spot, there is Tony Stewart. True Value colors on that Pontiac Firebird Trans Am. There's the white car for Unser Jr. subbing for Scott Goodyear. Then comes the blue of Kenny Breck, coming off 2 consecutive wins in kart FedEx competition. Then Cheever, last year's winner here at Michigan. Then Bobby Labonte, the reigning NASCAR Winston Cup champion. And here comes Bobby back.
Trying to go underneath Eddie, but didn't quite make it. And it looks like Tony Stewart wins the race.
Tony Stewart becomes the 38th different driver to win in IROC competition as he wins for the first time in his career in IROC racing at Michigan International Speedway.
So Stewart has the lead with 1 more lap to go. Sam Hornish is running 2nd. Scott Sharp is in 3rd position. And that's Jack Sprague up there in 4th, battling with Al Unser Jr., who suddenly finds himself not in the lead of this race, but in 5th position. Is Tony Stewart going to be able to hold on to the lead for the next half lap?
We'll see if Sam Hornish can do the same thing that Al Unser Jr. had done to him. He just wants to see if he gets underneath there and makes a good run on lead 3 and 4.
Tony Stewart's best finish in IROC here prior to today was 2nd in 2000. He started 2nd, finished 2nd. Let's see how things shake out as they come off the banking and head for the checkered flag. Stewart and Hornish and Sharp, but they come down. There will be no move, and Tony Stewart wins round 1 of True Value IROC 26, holding off strong challenges by some international by some Indy Racing League drivers. Sam Horney's second after crashing on the first lap. Scott Sharp finishes third, then Jack Sprague fourth, and Al Unser Jr., who led for most of this race. He led 24 laps, but he finished in fifth. White flag out for Kevin Harvick, who came off corner number 4 very high that last lap and almost got up into the fence. And back here, there is the battle between Stewart and Sprague for the 5th position. But will Bobby Labonte be able to make a run on Harvick in turn number 2? And he's got a good run going coming off the corner. Labonte heads for the high side of the racetrack. And now Harvick comes back a little bit as they go wheel to wheel, headed for turn number 3. This is for the lead, Labonte and Harvick.
Well, Labonte's probably got the preferred line if he doesn't push too bad, but Harvick makes his car really turn well there. And Bobby's going to be able to turn under him. Will he be able to beat him back to the line?
Here they come off of corner number 4. They head to the line. Labonte is not going to do it. Kevin Harvick wins round 2 of True Value IROC 26. The most recent pole winner in an IROC race was Bobby Labonte last year at the Brickyard, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. And the white flag has gone out for Buddy Lazier. 1 lap to go. We continue to watch this battle, and now Castro Neves will move to the inside or try to get to the inside of Al Unser Jr. That doesn't work. And they move on to the backstretch for the final time. Buddy Lazier appears to have things in hand. This group running 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th enter the 3rd turn. They run single file. Here is Buddy Lazier crossing the line and winning the 3rd round of IROC in the 26th season. Al Unser Jr. finishes 2nd. Castro Neves 3rd. 4th is Kevin Harvick, and 5th is Scott Sharp. And the open wheel drivers finish 4 out of the top 5. White flag, 1 more lap to go. And look at Jimmy Johnson go to the inside of the racetrack, trying to get the inside of Steve Kinser, but unable to. Well, can Danny the Dude Lasowski pull off a win here in IROC 27 at Daytona? Now we watch Kurt Busch as he will try to get to the inside of Lasowski, but Danny's going to make it wide, and Busch once again goes way below the yellow line. He knows that if he improves his position, it'll be a penalty. Lasowski makes the car as wide as possible. He stays in 2nd. They're all over the racetrack behind as Martin has a bit of an edge now.
Mark got way out in front. He's going to have a tough time blocking those guys. He got too far in front because they slowed down.
Here they come to the line. It is Mark Martin going to win. Busch finishes 2nd. Lasowski is 3rd, and Jimmy Johnson 4th.
I'm amazed that these guys are lined up like this. I would have never believed that starting double wide like that we'd have single file racing.
1 to go. White flag is out. 2.66 miles of competition remaining.
Biffle is really pushing Bliss. He's got his bumper on him all the way through the straightaway, down the corner.
And look
this
at Mark
will make
Martin.
a great run right here on the straightaway. They're going to have.
Oh, Martin and Hornish touched. Mark saves it.
That was a great save.
And he didn't lose a position.
That was a great save.
Man, oh man.
Turn 4 is going to be where the action is.
But it's a shootout among the top 3, it would appear.
Is that smoke from?
Castro Neves makes it into the pits. Boy, we have a huge amount of smoke over the racetrack. They come through the tri-oval. Kurt Busch is leading over Biffle, or rather Bliss and Biffle. They come down to the line, and it's going to be Kurt Busch winning at Talladega. How about that?
As we're watching this battle, both Hornish and Sharp, replacement for Giafone right now, are falling back simply because I don't think they're probably liking their race car right now.
There's the white flag. 1 more lap to go around Chicagoland Speedway for Mike Bliss, and he'll have his first IROC victory and become the 42nd driver to take the checkered flag. Here's the interval between 1st and 2nd. There's Newman. In comes Busch, Harvick, Martin, Biffle, and then Johnson is a little bit behind Biffle. Looks like they're going to fall into single file formation. Meanwhile, off of corner number 4, here is Mike Bliss winning his first IROC race at Chicagoland Speedway in 2003. Second is Newman, then Busch, Harvick, Martin, Biffle, Johnson, Hornish, and Sharp.
The payout for the championship is one thing that's probably actually in these guys' mind also, because to win today is $250,000 for the championship, and if you finish second, like Martin might do, cuts it in half to $125,000 for second place in the championship. So I'm sure those guys thought about that a little bit before they got in the car this morning.
2.5 miles to go for Jimmy Johnson. Last lap of the last race of the 27th season of the True Value International Race of Champions. They're pretty well spread out at this point. Several car lengths separating each competitor, so it would appear as if there will be no major changes of position here on the final lap. But the point is that Jimmy Johnson is on his way to victory in the race, and Kurt Busch is on his way to the IROC Championship. Johnson hauls it into turn number 3 on the final time, and there is Busch now in turn 3 on the final lap. The short chute at the north end of the racetrack connecting turns 3 and 4, and now Busch comes off of 4 and heads for the checkered flag. Jimmy Johnson, representing the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, wins his first International Race of Champions competition. And Kurt Busch passes the checkered flag, and he wins the championship in 2003 IROC 27. Jimmy Johnson becomes our 3rd rookie race winner this year. And for the 2nd consecutive year, a rookie wins the title. The final margin of victory was 69/100ths of a second. Johnson over Harvick. And there is the champion as he makes his way down the backstretch. We'll talk to both the race winner and the champion when we come back to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway. Stay with us.
And a little gap now after the 4th place car of Kinzer. White flag, 1 to go.
The guys will say it right quick. They don't have spotters. They got to do it on their own.
Hang on, here it goes. Again, Kurt Busch, 97 car. He has to run the bottom, just what he's doing. He don't want to get too much of a lead. They'll get a run on him.
Kenseth's going to have help from Castroneves, but can he catch that front 4?
And what's Kinzer these guys going to do when everybody splits up down the back straightaway and they get ready to make the run?
There it is. Way down to the inside. There's the move. Kurt Busch with Ryan Newman on the outside. Jimmy Johnson and Steve Kinzer, but it's 4 on 2.
Here comes Matt Kenseth in the 17 car. He's pushing that NASCAR group on the bottom. And Castroneves right in there behind him. Here they come, boys. Checkered flag.
They fan out with Busch trying to block to the bottom. Pushes that car down to the inside of the racetrack, but Newman squeezes through.
Whoa, we got trouble.
It's never over till it's over. Jimmy Johnson in the 48 car sideways after they cross the start-finish line.
Yep. Hang on to her, Jimmy.
He got turned around and goes for a 150-mile-an-hour slide through the grass after the checkered flag. Johnson is listed as 4th and Kinzer 5th.
Sharp clears Quaffle. No, he doesn't. Quaffle comes back. White flag. Last lap. It may be a 4-car battle for 5th.
I think Travis was a good learner right there. I think he saw what he needed to do. All he wants to do is beat Scott Sharp back to the start-finish line at the checkered flag. That's all he wants to do. And did you see the move that Elio Castroneves put on Steve Kinzer right there, come off of turn 2? Gained a position. He's trying to get up there to get in this fray also.
All right, this is it. Here they come off turn number 4. Danny Lasowski is going to wire round 2 of Crown Royal IROC 28. Harvick, Johnson, Newman, side by side.
Heat. Right now, the computer scoring has Travis beating him by 2 1/1000ths of a second, I think.
White flag. This is it. The field not spread out, but the position's pretty well decided if nobody has a problem. Kenseth, Newman, Kurt Busch, Jimmy Johnson, Kevin Harvick will be the front 5. Climbing to 2nd in the points, edging 1 step closer to the $1 million, Matt Kenseth wins round 3, the first ever Crown Royal IROC short track race.
Ryan Newman 2nd, Kurt Busch 3rd, Jimmy Johnson 4th, Kevin Harvick 5th. Looks like Scott Sharp will be 6th, J.J. Yaley 7th, Casper Nevis 8th, Dixon 9th, Lasowski 10th, Quaffle 11th, and Steve Kinzer, after falling out, will finish 12th.
White flag this time. And this could change everything. A 3-point difference from 2nd to 3rd. Ryan Newman held off Kurt Busch on the last lap at Daytona to win round 1. If he can catch and pass Matt Kenseth, 5-point difference there. It might change everything.
We talked about him lifting on the throttle just a little bit. I guarantee you Ryan Newman is bending that bullpen right now. Last time through 3 and 4.
Kenseth tried to break the draft, no luck. Oh, Kinzer got Newman out of shape. That's it. It's over. Kenseth is going to come through to win it.
Wow.
What a race.
Tell you, that was a good one. But Daniel Lasowski got in the back of Ryan Newman through the middle of 3 and 4 right there and really upset him just enough to where Matt Kenseth didn't get an opportunity to make a run on him.
On a day in which Matt Kenseth scored his 3rd Busch Series win of the season, he becomes the 21st different driver to win an IROC championship.
In his rookie season in IROC.
Mark Martin trying to become the all-time IROC race winner, and he's out in front with a lap and a half to go.
I always talk about how Mark Martin is such a professional race car driver. Okay, now for the $1 million payoff at the end of this year for this series, now is when Mark Martin protects himself and is willing to beat and bang.
Here's his closest pursuer, Martin Truex Jr., champion of the NASCAR Busch Series.
I don't think Bobby Hamilton is close enough. Bobby might be dragging his brake on purpose. Let's see if the 4 car in 3rd gets a good enough run to help Martin Truex. You see he's laid off of him a little bit. Here we go. It's showtime. This is it. The final lap. He's getting a run.
Truex is oh so close. A mile to go. Can Martin Truex in his first IROC start go to victory lane? Or will Mark Martin become the all-time IROC race winner? Too little time. Mark Martin wins it by half a car length. Truex made the move, came up just short.
And you got to give that guy a round of applause. Martin Truex now is 2nd in the points, and they go on to the next race.
The last open-wheel driver to score an IROC win, Buddy Lazier at Chicago, July of '02. 1 to go.
Rusty, what do you think Mark can do?
I think Mark's going to come on, Rice, get to my tail. Mark's working outside. He's probably going to try to pull it down, get some momentum. That's all he can do. He's got to get to his tail. He's got to have Rice on the backside of him.
1 car length separate the two as they head for turn 3, and Bourdais been able to keep his car on the bottom.
And he didn't lead the whole race. He's earned this right now. He's earned what he's doing.
He's drove a really smart race, Kenny. Bourdais done a great job keeping it real smooth, staying out of trouble.
IROC rookie Sebastian Bourdais scores in Texas.
What an incredible victory. You know, Sebastian, at the start of the race, he got kicked back about the 6th or 7th spot, and he earned his way up into the front.
Martin is there.
1 to go. White flag. You tell me who led it. I have no idea. Martin led it.
Busch with a little advantage, half a car length. Mark
charges back, baby. He's charging back.
This just looks just like the last lap. Who's going to get the best run through 3 and 4? Come to take the checker flag. Looks like Mark's going to
trying to hold him down. He's pinning him down.
Martin.
Whoa. Now on our electronic scoring, we have the time to the 1,000th of a second, the difference that they crossed the line, and the difference is .000.
I don't think I've ever seen that before.
Last lap of the 4-race season for the Crown Royal International Race of Champions. And Martin Truex Jr., who was last in this race at one point and had to make a pit stop, has gone to the front.
But
still a lot of contact.
Here's the battle right here. This is for 5th position. Bobby Hamilton all the way up against the wall off turn 2.
Didn't cost him. He never lifted.
And look at Bourdais.
Oh, there it goes. And Pruitt takes a hard shot into the wall.
So does Hamilton.
Racing to the flag.
Because this was behind all of our leaders.
The caution was waving, but the checker waves with it. As the incident happened behind the lead pack, Martin Truex Jr. has won the final round. Final points in Crown Royal IROC 29. Martin Truex's win vaults him to second place.
Now, he did everything he could do. He won the first segment, he led the most laps, and he won the race. But Mark Martin, 2 firsts, 2 seconds in 4 races this year. That's the reason he's the 2005 champion.
He's unbelievable.
And let's meet the new and once again king of IROC. Single file off turn 4. Truex to the outside. Whoa, Hornish up to block.
And look at Wayne Taylor in that 10 car. He's going to stay hooked on the Hornish there.
Now it's Truex and Pappas. High, wide, handsome. Here comes Truex for the lead.
He's only going to have 1 shot to do it. He's going to have to get down in front of him. He's going to fall in there. He's sideways.
They hit again. And open the door for Pappas.
And that was his only shot right there. Kenseth has got to get back to the bottom of the racetrack.
Truex kicked up the track, opens the door for Max Pappas. Pappas has no help on the outside. And Kenseth may walk away with this one.
I think it's going to be a battle for second. Coming back to the line, Hornish Jr. in the 06 car goes to the outside with no help.
Kimmel will decide who gets the push.
Look at Kenseth. Come on, push me.
Down to the line, round 1, Crown Royal IROC 30, and Matt Kenseth sees them all in his rearview mirror.
And Hornish Jr. edged out Kimmel for the second spot in the 06 car. White flag.
If Newman's going to make a move, guys, he's going to make it pretty quick.
Stewart has 1 IROC victory, 2001 in Michigan.
Truex Jr. in the 8 car, he got a pretty good run off turn 2. He's going to pull right up to the back of Ryan Newman in the 12 car. 1 more set of quarters to get it done, boys.
Newman's going to need some help, though, Larry. He's going to need some help off of turn 4 if he wants to be able to beat Tony Stewart.
Stewart off the bottom, sweeps around, heads for the line, and Tony Stewart is 0-4, no more. Stewart wins in Texas.
From last to first.
Woo. And the white is going to be the flag that's displayed this time by.
Well, about 3.5 more miles, about 15 more shifts, 1 lap around this course.
You know, it was a year ago during the Crown Royal Legends of IROC that we talked with Mario Andretti and Jay Signori and the other IROC folks about, hey, how about a road race? And Mario thought, of course, that would be just a fantastic idea to even things up. And the more everybody talked about it, the more it seemed like a great idea. So here we are at Daytona. Now, this February in Daytona, at driver introductions, it was Tony Stewart who said, hey, how about a dirt track race? And he'll loan you the dirt track. Oh, Mark Martin.
Yeah, his woes continue. He's off course 1 more time.
So yeah, right now he's in the 9th position as we talk. A make-or-break race for Mark Martin tonight.
So you never know what we might see in the future for Crown Royal IROC.
And Tony has just the dirt track race that he'd love to see one at.
Right now, he's got a mirror full of Max Pappas as they go up on the banking for the final time. Stewart and Pappas are the only drivers to lead tonight.
What a night for Tony Stewart.
And Sam Hornish gives up 3rd place, slowing in turn 2. He's back to, well, 5th. That was Ryan Newman going by, and see if Hornish can hang on and get a finish here. Scott Sharp has gone by, yep, for 4th.
Now Hornish has a little bit of cushion behind him now, trying to hang on to this top 5 finish.
Tony Stewart looking for his 4th IROC victory. If there's a form of racing Stewart can't master, we haven't seen it. IRL champion, Rolex 24 Hours, NASCAR Nextel Cup champion, and a winner again in Crown Royal IROC.
Back-to-back wins. One at Texas. Now he wins here.
Newman back on the bottom.
And so is Stewart, and he will catch back up the 3 leaders.
He put a block on him. Here comes Truex. 1 to go. White flag. This is where Newman has been strong at the bottom of the racetrack through turn 1 and 2. There goes Kenseth to the high side.
Time to find out whose car works better and which groove. Last time by. Here we go.
Here comes Kenseth. He's pushing Truex down the back straightaway. They're coming to the checkered flag.
Kenseth up high. Newman looking on the bottom. Coming even with Kenseth. Stewart in tow. They almost get together. Not quite. But Newman lost his momentum and Kenseth gets second. Truex wins in Atlanta for the 2nd year in a row.
But Tony Stewart winds up 3rd. Mike, and you know what that means.
Means that Tony Stewart has clinched a championship in his 6th different major racing division.
Something tells me he's going to be pretty excited about this championship. But Martin Truex Jr., he can really thank Matt Kenseth because he gave him the shove down that back straightaway that catapulted him to be able to hold on to the lead.